Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here at Hanoi for the Vietnam Grand Prix and for round 3 of this season, and let's take a look at how the championship looks with Vettel leading the way and Valtteri Bottas only 2 points behind him and Leclerc a further 10 points behind Bottas.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Norris and Sergio Perez, Ocon, Stroll, Daniel Kvyat and Gasly, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, the Rainmaster, and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell, Joe, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
And so we start P17 on the grid for today's race as the lights go out, and away we go for the start of this race here. And already we have gained a position or two here. Into the first corner we go, and around the outside we're going to go here, and there's a yellow flag somewhere for some reason, not too sure what, but we're up into P13 now at the start of this race. However, we're going to be under pressure here from Lance Stroll, who's going to try and go up or inside here as we head towards the chicane here, but he's going to have the inside line, so he's going to be able to take the position away from us here. But now it's going to be Pierre Gasly, and now he is on the back of Sergio Perez's car here as they now go side by side heading towards the hairpin here. And is the McLaren car of Carlos Sainz also going to try and get into the action, but it is still side by side between Gasly and Perez here, but Gasly holds it around the outside and will now take the position away from Sergio Perez here. And now it's going to be Esteban Ocon as he is closing up to the back of Lando Norris, and also has Alex Albon not too far behind him as well. But it's going to be Ocon to try and make the overtake on Lando Norris, and it's going to be Alex Albon to make it 3 wide there, very close indeed to the wall. And it's going to be Ocon and Albon who have overtaken the McLaren car, and will Albon try and take Ocon as well into the hairpin as they are now side by side. And who's going to come out on top between these two into this next right hander, and it looks like it's going to be Albon to take the position away and to take 2 positions here as well. And now it's going to be Carlos Sainz, and now he is on the back of Sergio Perez now and has overtaken the Racing Point car. And now it's Lance Stroll as well to try and overtake his teammate, and it's a little bit of wing damage we can see on the car of Perez as we make a late move into the hairpin as well. And now that puts us up into P13 here, and now it's going to be Daniel Kvyat, the next driver to get onto the back of Sergio Perez here. The wing damage obviously causing some issues here for the Mexican driver, as that's Kvyat who gets past, and also Giovinazzi as well will do the same thing as well. And Perez plummeting down the order here, unfortunately for him. But now it's on to lap 5, and now we are going to be under pressure from Danny Kvyat here as he takes us, as well as Giovinazzi too, taking the position away from us. And now it's going to be Kimi Raikkonen. He is now on the back of Sergio Perez with some DRS, and that's going to be Grosjean as well to overtake the pair possibly, as it's a lock up for Perez into the hairpin. And Raikkonen does not get past Perez, but Grosjean does indeed do so. But now we're going to go back on to Esteban Ocon here, and he is tucked up behind the back of Alex Albon, and now they're both side by side heading into the hairpin. And who's going to get the better exit out of the corner? And it looks like Ocon has the advantage here, and he will now take the position away from the Red Bull driver of Alex Albon here. But now it's going to be Lance Stroll, and now he is on the back of Pierre Gasly as they are now side by side. And now it's Stroll ahead of Gasly, but Gasly will try to defend the position here, but it's a good exit from Lance Stroll, and he will now finish off the move there. But now it's going to be Kevin Magnussen, and now he is going to be side by side with Sergio Perez now as they head towards the hairpin. And are there going to be any more overtakes down this straight? And it's Kevin, oh my goodness, Magnussen into the wall there, and that's Perez now back side by side with Magnussen, and Perez will retake the position, and Magnussen's going to have to stop for a new nose cone here, but now it's going to be Carlos Sainz, and now he is on the back of Pierre Gasly's AlphaTauri car as they now go side by side heading into the hairpin. And who's going to get the better exit out of the corner and take the position? And that is going to be Carlos Sainz, and to complete the move into the next sequence of corners as well. And now it's going to be Alex Albon who we look towards, and that's a mistake from the Red Bull driver, and that's going to allow Lando Norris past the Red Bull, and now it's going to be on board with Lewis Hamilton here, and that's the Ferrari of Leclerc coming out of the pit lane and goes side by side with Lance Stroll here, and that'll allow Hamilton to close up to the back of the Racing Point car here, and that is Vettel side by side with Hamilton now as well here as we head towards the chicane. And is that 3 wide between Hamilton, Vettel and Stroll, as it looks like Hamilton goes around the outside of Vettel here to take the position away from the Ferrari car, and it's not over yet, and it's nose to tail here as we head down the long back straight here. And who is going to be the one making the overtakes here as we head towards the hairpin corner here? And now it's side by side between Hamilton and Vettel, and is there going to be any overtakes into the hairpin? And it's 3 wide here as we head towards the corner now, and it's also Verstappen and Bottas side by side, and it's Hamilton, Vettel and Stroll also, and it looks like Stroll has lost out to Hamilton and Vettel, and which one's going to win out of these two? And it looks like Vettel will take the position from Hamilton and then Verstappen as well here. And now we come into the pit lane, and we are going to go on to a set of hard compound tyres here, and now it's going to be Valtteri Bottas who we go on board with, and now he's going to want to try to overtake Lance Stroll here. Down towards the chicane we go, and it's going to be Bottas to go to the left here and to take the position as well with the assist of DRS. But now it's going to be Lando Norris who is tucked up behind the back of Antonio Giovinazzi, and now he goes side by side with the Alfa Romeo driver, and he's going to take the position, is he? And yes, he indeed is going to do so. And now it's going to be Alex Albon, and now he is also on the back of Giovinazzi here, and is he going to be able to make the move down the long straight here? And he's going to get the DRS as well, and that is now 3 wide, including Ricciardo, who might get both of them here heading towards the hairpin. And what is Albon going to do about that? And he's going to dive up the inside as well, and a little bit of contact there with the McLaren of Norris, I believe. And now we're going to go on board with our teammate Guan Yu Zhou and going towards the chicane, and that's a mistake with a bit of oversteer, and into the wall goes our teammate, and that is not going to be good for our finances at all, with a little bit of a financial hindrance because of that front wing damage to our teammate's car. But now it's going to be Max Verstappen who is on the back of the Ferrari car of Sebastian Vettel here as they now go side by side heading towards the hairpin, and it's going to be Verstappen to complete the move here. And now we look to the other Red Bull of Alex Albon, who is tucked up behind the back of Lando Norris here as they're going to try and go side by side here down towards the hairpin. And who's going to come out on top between these two drivers, as it looks like Albon has got the advantage and he will complete the move as well here. But now it's going to be Danny Kvyat, and now he is on the back of George Russell's Williams car here as they now go side by side heading towards the hairpin, and it's going to be a completed move there from the AlphaTauri car. But now we go on to Daniel Ricciardo, who is now side by side with Lando Norris and has managed to get ahead of Lando Norris here, and he will make the move, stick there going in to the hairpin here. And now on to lap 14, we have caught up to the back of George Russell's Williams car, and we've got the slipstream and DRS as well, and we have made the move. And maybe it's Grosjean as well to make the move on the Williams car, as he also capitalises on that. But now it's going to be Esteban Ocon here, and we look to him with Albon not too far behind at all, but there seems to be some yellow flags, and that's not the correct line at all to go through the long left-hander for Ocon, and he's parked his car off to the left-hand side of the track and has also brought out the virtual safety car as well. But now back to the racing action, and it's Kimi Raikkonen on the back of Sergio Perez as they now go side by side heading towards the hairpin. And who's going to come out on top between these two drivers here, and who is also going to get the better exit? And it looks like it's Raikkonen, but he's got an engine failure here coming out of the hairpin, and that is not good at all for Kimi Raikkonen. And now he is the second retirement in almost as many laps here, as he's going to park his car off to the runoff area here. But now it's going to be Lewis Hamilton, and now he's right on the back of Ricciardo and of Alex Albon as well, as they now go side by side heading in to the hairpin corner. And who's going to come out on top between Albon and Hamilton here? And it looks like it is going to be Lewis Hamilton, and now it is Daniel Ricciardo who is now on the back of the Racing Point car of Lance Stroll here. Side by side they go heading into the hairpin, and it looks like it's going to be Ricciardo who will come out on top here. But now we go on board with Lando Norris, who is closing up to the back of Lance Stroll, but he is into the wall, and that is quite a bit of wing damage there for Norris, who's going to have to go into the pits. But meanwhile it's Valtteri Bottas who is now side by side with Sebastian Vettel here, and now takes the position away from the Ferrari driver. But now it's Lando Norris, and he finds himself on the back of the AlphaTauri car of Pierre Gasly here, as they are now side by side heading towards the hairpin here, both with some DRS. But it's going to be Lando Norris who will just about take the position and defend into the hairpin here. But now it's going to be back on to Valtteri Bottas, and now he is right on the back of Max Verstappen, and now they go side by side here heading towards the hairpin corner. And it looks like it's Valtteri Bottas with the advantage, and he retains the position here ahead of Verstappen. And now it's back to Lando Norris, who finds himself tucked up behind the back of the Haas car of Romain Grosjean, and now gets ahead of the Haas driver. And now it's going to be on to Alex Albon, who is now right on the back of Carlos Sainz's McLaren car here, as they go side by side. And it looks like the advantage is to Alex Albon, who will take the position here. And now on to lap 25, we are right on the back of Danny Kvyat, and this for 10th position in the Grand Prix. And we have taken the position, and if we stay in this position we could get one championship point here. But Lando Norris is on a charge on the new soft compound tyres, and now finds himself on the back of the Alfa Romeo car of Giovinazzi. And it's going to be another overtake here for Lando Norris late on in the race here. And now it's going to be another overtake, this time on Danny Kvyat for 11th position here. And we are going to become under threat as well if we are not careful, as Norris takes P11 now away from Kvyat, and now heading towards starting the final lap of this race. And now we've got Lando Norris, and we're going to have to try and defend from him, but it's not enough on his soft compound tyres, and we are losing the points position as we now come across the line. And it's going to be a P11 finish today at this Vietnam Grand Prix.
And there's certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
And so it's Charles Leclerc who wins this Vietnam Grand Prix, and to make it 3 different drivers winning the first 3 races of this season here. And now looking at the championship, it is ever so close indeed, with Bottas in the lead on 59 points, and then Leclerc only 3 points back, and then Vettel only 1 point off his teammates as well. And so if you have enjoyed this video, then do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on F1 2020. So I will see you next time for another video, and goodbye.